What is up, everyone? Plutocoffins here, and I'm high as fuck. I just smoked a bowl before I came onto the show, because I didn't want to smoke I didn't want to smoke during the show, like cigarettes or weed. So I did that before the show, so we're going on with the show, so that's why I just fucked up. Anyways, you're watching the fucking 17th episode of the Bull Session podcast. And, if you guys didn't know, today is a special day indeed. April 30th, 2021 is today. At the time I'm filming this, it's like almost 3. It's like 2:20ish. And April 30th, 2016, at about this time, I made this YouTube channel. So, it's my 5-year anniversary on YouTube. And I have done amazingly well with 50,000 views. Yeah, I've done horribly. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I got another fucking strike on my channel, and that's why you haven't seen the Bull Session podcast recently, and it's why you've seen 2 stupid videos from me. The one about deer, where you can barely fucking see the deer, because whenever I upload the fucking video, the pixels get all fucked up. And the other one's the squirrel, which is actually kind of cute. But that's why you gotta see those videos, because it's all I could post up until now, because I had 2 strikes on my channel, and if I posted something controversial, which everyone seems to fucking think my podcast is controversial, I might have gotten my channel terminated, and I didn't want that. I was about ready to hit my 5-year mark, so that's why you haven't seen whatever episode fucking was taken down at the Bull Session podcast, which, by the way, that strike is up, I believe, now, and they never got me back on that appeal I submitted. Didn't even email me saying they rejected it. They just never hit me up about that appeal. Anyways, I got another strike in between that time and the time that I make this video. It's probably about a month ago I discovered this, but it's on this video, how to download a YouTube video for free. They put a strike on that video. It's still up. They put a strike on the fucking link, which I do not understand. I didn't know they could do strikes on links, first off. Anyways, I found out they could. So beyond that, the site does what it says it does. That's what I use to download my YouTube videos, so I don't see what the problem is. And also, there's other YouTubers who have made similar videos to mine, and they use this same site, and they link it, and it's still on their fucking videos, and their videos have way more fucking views than mine. So I think I might be shadow banned. Just maybe. Anyways, on to the news. Oh, god damn it. I didn't want to fucking smoke. Well, when in Rome. Also, it is hot as shit in here. I record this podcast in my car, so I'm gonna roll down the fucking window and plus I'm smoking. If you're fucking singing, there's a bunch of gay people over at the park next to my house singing. There's I don't know, they're doing something over there. But, yeah. FDA moves to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Which, by the way, is what I smoke. I smoke Newport 100s, menthol. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is taking steps to ban menthol cigarettes and all flavored cigars, including menthol flavor, within the next year. First off, not many people use those, like Swishers and shit and White Owl. Not many people use those to smoke the tobacco inside, if you didn't know. I mean, I do when I'm, broke. That's all I can afford for tobacco. Sure, I'll smoke a fucking Swisher. But, people roll up blunts. Anyways, within the next year, according to an agency announced Thursday, the aim is to significantly reduce disease and death from using these 2 products. Smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I thought it was heart disease, but maybe I'm wrong. U.S. Task Force recommends lung cancer screening start earlier, include people with shorter histories of smoking. Banning menthol, the last allowable flavor in all cigarettes, and banning all flavors in cigars will help save lives, particularly among those disproportionately affected by these deadly products. Acting FDA Commissioner Janet Woodcock said in a statement. Woodcock. With these actions, the FDA... What the fuck? With these actions, the FDA will significantly reduce youth initiation, increase the chances of smoking satiation? I don't know. Cessation among current smokers, and address health disparities experienced by communities of color, low-income populations, and LGBTQ individuals, all of whom are more likely to use these tobacco products. Yeah, it's a little joke that only black people smoke Newport 100s, and I get it all the time, and it sucks because I'm not black, and I don't try to act black, so I don't understand why people make that joke. But anyways, fuck banning cigarettes, because it's just going to push it into the black market, and people are still going to be able to get a hold of them. It's just going to be more expensive to buy them, and you won't be able to tax them, and you're just making another thing illegal, right? We don't need more illegal things. We need to get rid of the drug laws. We don't need to add more. People who want to smoke menthol cigarettes, that's their own goddamn fucking choice. Now, personally, I want to quit menthol cigarettes, so maybe it's beneficial for me. I mean, I don't want to smoke cigarettes at all. I don't want to smoke. I don't even want to vape. But people are going to do what they're going to do. And people with addictions that already, like, people that only smoke menthol cigarettes, trust me, they will find a way. It's not hard. Like, by the time I was 17, I tried almost every drug in the book. It's not hard to find these things. So yeah, I think it's a dumb move. People who remember back in like 2-3 months ago, people were saying like Joe Biden is the next FDR. This proves he's not. This proves he's an idiot. This is what you're fucking focusing on. This when there's fucking homeless people. Fucking income disparity. How about you focus on income disparity, not fucking smoking disparity? Who cares if fucking cigarettes affect people of color, LGBTQ, and low-income populations? If that's what they want to choose to smoke, then that is their fucking right. Like, I thought we lived in a fucking America. Anyways, beyond that, I think it's a dumb idea. You're just gonna put the menthol cigarettes into an underground market. They're still going to be sold. People are still going to be smoking them. You're just making another thing illegal. You're making more people criminals. And it's unnecessary. Next story. If you haven't heard, Joe Rogan, he had a bit of controversy. Because he said that young people shouldn't get the vaccine. And of course, if young people don't get the vaccine, then we won't have herd immunity. And then people who did take the vaccine are still more... they can still get the disease, right? What you need is herd immunity so no one can get it to fight off the disease. And that's why his statements were controversial. I don't agree with Joe Rogan. I mean, I personally haven't gotten the vaccine. But still, I don't agree with Joe Rogan. Like, what he said is factually wrong. But at the same time, it's his own goddamn show and he can have whatever fucking opinion he wants. But at the same time to that, people can criticize him for having those beliefs. So he addresses his statements, and this is what he says. Joe Rogan, Spotify top podcast host, responded to the controversy surrounding his remarks that healthy young people should not get the COVID vaccine. On Thursday's episode of the podcast, a snippet of which was posted to YouTube, Rogan brought up how the White House, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, addressed and disagreed with his comments. I'm not an anti-vax person, Rogan said. In fact, I said I believe they're safe, and I encourage many people to take them. My parents are vaccinated. Okay. It's like I have a black friend. I just don't think that if you're a young, healthy person, you need it. Their argument was you need it for other people, Rogan continued. But that's a different argument. That's a different conversation. No, it's the same. It's the same argument, and it's the same conversation. CNN medical analyst Dr. Anthony Reiner had shared that expertise Wednesday on New Day. The young are the reservoirs of the virus in our community, Reiner said. They are really powering the spread, so... I'm high as fuck. They're really powering the spread, so the only way to put this virus down once and for all is to immune... God damn it, I am high as fuck. Maybe I shouldn't have got that high before I fucking did the podcast. Immunize. During Thursday's episode, Rogan said that the argument makes sense, but he did not walk back his argument, suggesting that vulnerable people should be vaccinated to protect themselves against potential carriers of the virus. But I would say, aren't those people vaccinated, and shouldn't we vaccinate the vulnerable people? Rogan said. Yeah, but the problem is, if we don't have herd immunity, then you can still spread the disease, because the disease can mutate. That's the issue. And if the disease mutates, then the vaccine is fucking worthless, and we have to work on a new one. So that's why we need herd immunity, and that's why young people should get vaccinated. That's why I should get vaccinated. I'm just lazy, but I should probably get on that. But yeah, if the disease corona mutates into a similar virus but slightly different, then it can affect the old people, and then we're back to fucking square one. So that's why everyone should get the fucking vaccine, and that's why Joe Rogan is wrong. He also said that the arguments against him, like all the people making the controversy, is clickbait. That's bullshit. People are allowed to respond to you. People are allowed to make controversies of things. If you say dumb shit, that applies to me, that applies to everyone, including you, Joe Rogan. You're not above that. Anyways, on to our good old friend, Derek Chauvin. Chauvin, not Chauvin.
Introducing White Diamond's Legacy, a unique perfume, brilliantly crafted with
fucking ads.
Members of the jury, I understand you have a verdict.
Alright, so if you haven't heard, Derek Chauvin was found guilty in the murder of George Floyd. I don't know if he's been sentenced yet. I didn't look into it. I probably should have. I don't think he has, though. I think he's got a few weeks until he's sentenced. So I didn't look into it. But anyways, he was found guilty at least. And he's behind bars right now. He's in jail. And it's a good thing. I don't think it's the end all be all for like racism didn't end with fucking Derek Chauvin being found guilty. Police brutality doesn't end with Derek Chauvin being found guilty, but it does show that police can be held accountable for their actions, and I think that is a good thing. So you've probably already seen the fucking video because it's been like a week, but here we are, Derek Chauvin found guilty.
Members of the jury, I understand
Relatively quickly, too.
you have a verdict. Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court File Number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, Juror Foreperson, Juror Number 19. Same caption, verdict Count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April, 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April.
So he's wearing a mask, so it sucks because you can't see his reaction, but you can see his eyes darting around, so you know he's like panicking. So that's pretty cool. You might have just heard them people singing. I don't know, they got kind of loud. They're being kind of gay. But anyways, we'll do one more video.
Atheists are un-American.
How America was founded on secular values, and that includes all religions or no religions. So I don't see how atheists could be un-American, especially considering I'm an American and I'm an atheist. So how the fuck am I un-American, Mr. Santa Claus?
They think being born in America makes them American, but they have no vision of what sacrifice is.
See, he's getting onto it. I said I was born in America. He's explaining it. All right.
What faith, what love it took to make America a superpower. Believers came to America with a love of freedom and with faith in God to throw off the yoke of...
Believers? Are you talking about the Pilgrims? I mean, sure, they were believers, but like Thomas Jefferson and shit, he believed in a God. He didn't believe in your God, though. He was a deist. Same thing with Thomas Paine. A lot of the founding fathers were deists. They didn't believe in your God.
Oppression.
You know, the founders of the nation that became a superpower. So I don't... And they founded the nation on secular values, so I really don't see how your argument holds any weight. I don't know about the faith and love. Those are meaningless words.
Europe. And when the ruler of Great Britain attempted to put that yoke of oppression and tyranny on them again, they rose up in war against the British Empire with the declaration containing these words. We hold these...
You're not a very good historian. Britain ruled over the 13 colonies and its territories for hundreds of years before the Revolutionary War. It wasn't like there was all of a sudden, like, actually it is like that. All of a sudden there was this fucking tyranny, right? All of a sudden the people weren't okay with what the deal they were getting. And then came about the American Revolution. And you said again, like the tyranny came again. I mean, it did, but it didn't happen until the War of 1812. So maybe you're getting your wars mixed up. I don't know.
Truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All of the founding fathers were believers in God. Several were deists, but none were atheists. We believers founded a secular state, not so sinners could run with the devil and abuse freedom of speech and war against our rights to raise our children in the faith.
I don't see how criticizing you is abusing your freedom of speech, but I do actually admire that you are addressing the secular aspect of our nation, and you did address that many of our founding fathers were deists. Benjamin Franklin, though, was an atheist.
And go to law against us to forbid us to speak the name of Jesus in public prayers and in the classrooms of America. The Holy Bible was the main text in early American schools, including Princeton, Harvard, and Yale.
Okay, if you're going to school to study religions, that makes sense. However, if you're like in elementary school and shit and you're doing group-led prayer, that obviously, that's not a secular nation. Obviously, that is not one of our nation's ideals. In the Constitution, you admitted we're a secular nation. So if we all lead in group-led prayer, by definition, we are not a secular nation, so we can't have that in public schools. You can have it in private schools all day, but you can't have that in public schools.
Atheists, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and Satanists did not establish America. Believers in the God of the Bible sacrificed, starved, bled, died, and overcame the British Empire by faith in God.
All those fucking religions, I have no idea on their claims to founding the nation. I haven't really looked that much into how many Hindus were part of the Revolutionary Army. However, our Revolutionary Army died for our right to have whatever religion we want, or no religion. So again, where's your point?
We did not want a theocracy. God must rule over a theocracy, and man is not God.
We are not a theocracy. We are a democratic republic. A secular democratic republic.
So we established a secular nation. We established the United States so everyone could work together in harmony. We were willing to respect their freedom to not believe in God, but they are not willing to respect our freedom to believe in God.
No, you can... I'm not... Okay, first off, you're confusing. Second off, no, I respect your right to believe in God, but whenever you post videos like this on the internet, I also would like you to respect my right to make fun of you. Right? You can believe in God all day, but whenever you're posting videos on the internet trying to get people to convert, I'm going to make that response back to you. Right? So... everything's good. I respect your right to make videos. You respect my right to make videos. That's how it works, right? You respect your right. I respect your right to criticize atheists. You got to respect my right to criticize you and Christians.
What they are telling believers in America is leave your faith at home when you go into the public schools and government buildings, while they retain the right to pour out their hate speeches against God in those places. If we do not have... I went to American public school not that long ago. I graduated in 2017. I graduated early too, so fuck all you who naysayers. But no, they were never hateful towards God. In fact, they broke a lot of the rules regarding being a secular school to allow churches to try and convert people there. So yeah, no, schools in America are very Christian. You're wrong. There's no hate of God going through that school, except for the hate that I propagated by making my YouTube channel. The right to praise God in public. Atheists do not have the right to badmouth God in public.
You have the right to praise God in public. You just can't go to a school and say, hey children, let's all do this. You can do whatever the fuck you want, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. You're wrong.
Atheists are traitors to the American dream.
How?
They are promoters of blaspheming God in the name of free speech, of killing babies in the womb to protect the freedom of sin.
Only atheists do abortions, and also an abortion is not killing a baby.
Sinful women to sin. They are promoters of sodomite perversions in public places.
They get women to sin. Actually, besides one girl, most of the girls I've had pretty good sexual encounters with were Christian, and they were really Christian, and they were the dirtiest. But anyways, I guess I'm an atheist, but I wasn't propagating my atheists on them, because whenever I did that fucking turned them away. But so I had to not talk about that kind of stuff. So again, you're wrong.
And are willing to steal the lawful right of elected officials to pray to God. And in doing so, they intend to turn America into an atheist nation. By law.
I don't want America to be an atheist nation. I want it to be a secular nation.
To protect their evil unbelief.
Yes, I do want to protect my evil unbelief. Anyways, it is apparent to me that your argument is going nowhere, so I'm going to have to end the podcast here. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope y'all enjoyed. See you next time. Hopefully I don't get another fucking strike on my channel for this video, huh? Ugh.